Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 39 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Daytona 500. It is the opening race of the season with a lot of familiar drivers in different places. And of course we have some rookies in the field from last season. And some former favorites have also returned here as well, for what should be an exciting season here in the Pokemon Cup Series. On the pole for this race will be the 11 of Giovanni Castillo. On his outside will be the 48 of Grayson Acevedo. Road 2, it is the 21 of Samet Ozcan. Last time we saw him, it was way back in the very first season of the Cup Series. And this, I think, is the first time we'll be competing in a full-time ride in the 21 car in this season. So good luck to him. Then we have Anthony Then, and also in Row 2 alongside the 21 and the 37. Row 3, we have Max Bailey, one of the rookies in the field in that 42 car. And Austin Stitzel running the number 9 this season. Then we got defending champion Chen Z, looking to improve on his championship winning team from last season, and Alexander Rowe in the 43. And running out your top 10 are Ryan Acosta and Priya McShane, and both are returning for this season, both competing as well for wins. And here's the rest of the field that'll be in season 39. I won't go through everybody's name, but I will go through some notables. Cassandra Kirker, a former Daytona 500 winner, she won at this race last season. Hopes to go for another one here today. There's Billy Bishop in his return to the 36. One of the rookies this season, the 51 of Chris Leone. There's the 14 John Andrews also making his return to the series, along with the 2 of Igor Barreto. Cassidy Reynolds, who was a rookie sensation last season with her 2 wins, now moves to the 13 team. She was with the 6 last season. Now she moves to 13. And Avi Sachs makes his return to the Cup Series. A triumphant return to the PCS full-time in that 22 car. There's also Pichu in the 99. Jonathan Fast driving the 18 car for this season. Jackson Nantle will be competing, the 31 car actually. They'll be competing in a handful of races this season with many different drivers. Jackson Nantle, one of them, he'll be starting in the Daytona 500 today. And the 62 car Brad Cheston will also be in this race. He'll be competing on the super speedways with that team. He'll also be competing at Coca-Cola, Talladega, and Zenjoltas, if I'm not mistaken. So Brad Cheston will be back in a super speedway only schedule. And then the other notables on the screen: Zachary Fitzwater returns to the 4. Ember Ross, and one of the rookies in the 27, other rookie Ryan Durrani, running in the number 10 car for the season. Alex Hawkins moving to the 15. Shane Golodex in the 00 car, one of the rookies. And another rookie in the field, Katie Lynn Bexford, running the 24. Isaiah Bernash returns to the Cup Series after being out for a while. He's in the 77. And Clark McKee makes his way to the Cup Series at last, driving the 96 car. Another rookie, Lean Campana, former truck driver, now moves to the Cup Series as well. Johnny Garner, former champion, he's in the 95. He's looking for his 3rd title this season. And Quinn Porter, another rookie in that 52 car. And then J.D. Figueroa makes his return to the Cup Series. He was in the 6 car the last time he drove a couple seasons back. He actually won a race, I believe at ISM Raceway if I'm not mistaken. So he's back for more. And Chase Wisted moves over to the 34 car for season 39. So again, not going through every name, but here's the rest of the starting order. You can pause if you like to see where you're starting in the race. And excuse me if I'm not sounding 100% here today. I have allergies, so I'm going to do the best I can to give you the best race possible while I'm battling allergies today. Anyway, in our super speedway races, we will have 2 10-lap stages, or whatever length that each stage has in those tracks. But in those super speedway races, the 4 I mentioned, that'll be Daytona, Coca-Cola, Joltis, and Talladega. Those 4 races, they're going to have stage breaks in the middle. So we're going to have a 10-lap stage and then run the next 10 laps to the finish. And overtime if necessary, of course. It'll be 2 laps with no cautions. Only if the race normally would end under caution, that would give us one final double file restart, racing to the finish, and make things a lot more interesting, and hope for some more exciting finishes at the end with those caution-free overtime attempts. It's pretty much all out, so that's what we're gonna go with. And one more thing to mention: no points. There will be no more regular season points given out because basically a win gets you into the playoffs anyway, so points really don't matter. It only matters if you win a race. So getting a race win gets you into the playoffs, and then we'll start having playoff points when the playoffs begin. The rest of the field, if there's not enough winners to make 20, we will be deciding it on finishes: top 2s, 3s, top 5s, and top 10s, whatnot. And we'll explain a little bit more when necessary, when we get down to the final few races of the regular season. But anyway, enough. I had enough explaining to do. I have enough explaining for one day. But anyway, let's just get on to racing, and let's take a trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
So it'll be a 10-lap race. No, it won't be a 20-lap race, I should say. We will have 2 10-lap stages. And after stage 1, there'll be a double file restart to start stage 2. So only 2 stages, but we will not be awarding stage points. Because we won't do that anymore in the regular season. We'll only do that in the playoffs. Because a win gets you into the playoffs anyway. And the rest of the field of the playoffs, that'll be determined by finishing position, by finishes. They have like top 2s, 3s, and 5s, and top 10s, and whatnot. So no points in the regular season, but we're still going to split the super speedway races into 2 stages, each of 10 laps, just to make things more fun and to get a double file restart in the middle and to get everybody bunched up for the start. You know, make it really feel like a super speedway race. But anyway, here we go to the green. Excuse me, yeah, I still got some allergies to battle, but I'm going to try the best I can. Samad Oskan leads. He got a good jump. The 21 is in front. He got a really good jump on the start. And now they're going 3 wide in the back. Giovanni Castillo, he's all of a sudden up on the high line. And here comes that 43. And that is Alexander Rowe in that car. Samad Oskan is going to be the first leader of the season. Here comes Rowe. Here comes Kirker. And she's up to 3rd place as Cassandra Kirker looks to go back-to-back in Daytona 500 wins. Now they're almost going 3 wide. Kirker is in the middle, and John Gilbert looks to sneak his way in. Look at the pack back behind them, 3 wide and in the back. Only the first two or three laps, and already they're starting to really bunch up. Of course, after the stage ends, the first stage only, everybody gets back, even after wrecking out, so that they get a second chance, pretty much, of coming back and trying to win the race at stage 2. So stage 1 wrecks, they really don't matter, but they're still racing for the positions to be in the best spot in the final 10 laps. Leaders have changed hands, and looks like it's Max Bailey going to be leading the next lap, and Zachary Fitzwater now works his way to the front. There's Ember Ross in the 27 car as that team moves to a full-time operation for season 39. Ember Ross, one of the rookies here in this field. Two other rookies are behind her, Shane Golodex and Katie Lynn Bexford. And Fitzwater, the veteran, is going to lead this race. He would still love to win a championship here in the PCS. He's been one of the long-time drivers in this series, and he's yet to win the championship. He's hoping that this season would finally be his year. Golodex in front, though, and here comes another rookie, Lean Campana. We're just about 5 laps to go in stage 1 here in Daytona. So far, nobody has wrecked out. I guess they're saving it all for stage 2. Johnny Garner down on the low line. 3 wide it's about to become. And Johnny Garner moves his way to the front. And now there's pack racing, and now the packs have gone tighter. Way back there. So anything can happen here at Daytona. Figueroa into the bottom. And he's got the draft from Cassidy Reynolds. And JD is going to be in the front of the pack now with just 4 laps to go in stage 1. Who will lead at the halfway point? And here it comes the 96 of Clark McKee down low. Now the 6 car has a bit of a big gap between himself and the other drivers. Here comes that 96. 3 more laps around in stage 1. And surprisingly, these cars have stayed at top speed and not wrecked each other out. Ooh, that 6 car got too high there, and now he's bumped up to the high line. Who's going to be the lucky one that takes the checkers here today? Look at the pack and the top 2 drivers. They pulled ahead. McKee and Bishop. Those 2 drivers, they pulled ahead of the other pack. There will be 2 laps to go in stage 1, but these 2 already showing what they've got. But that field's going to be bunched up again when we get back to the green flag at the start of stage 2. And look at Austin Stitzel. He's trying to gain ground, and here he comes. The 9 car is in front now. He's got drafting help from teammates. Eli Bright's right behind him. We'll see who's going to be the one out on top, though. So here we go. Last lap in stage 1 here in Daytona. Who's going to have the advantage of going starting the front row in the final 10 lap dash? The 9 car, a little bit of a gap. Cassandra Kirker right behind him. So here we go down the final corner, and they're going to take that stage ending checkered flag, and we'll start in the order of how they finished here in stage 2. So here we go to the final corner. Let's see if anybody's going to have one more move. And it looks like it's going to be the 9 of Austin Stitzel that's going to be in front at the end of stage 1. So the 9 car is going to be in front of the pack at the start of stage 2. No stage points, but this will set up the field for the final 10 lap dash to the finish. So here's how they'll line up for stage 2. And I'm sure these guys are going to start to get more aggressive during those final 10 laps. So you'll want to stick around. Stage 2 is coming up next. Alrighty guys, it's now time to start stage 2 here in the Daytona 500. This is for all the marbles here, the final 10 laps of the race. Billy Bishop is on pit road to start the stage. Sorry, yeah, Billy Bishop is starting on the stage on pit road in that 36. And now, we're about to get the green to start stage 2 here in the Daytona 500. Let's see who's going to come out on top. And here we go. We're underway in stage 2 with the green flag. Already a big lead change in the front right here in the 12 car, Priya McShane. Priya's in the lead now. We'll see if this will continue for that 12 car. Ryan Acosta's down below as well. There's Lean Campana. A lot of competitors all looking for that Daytona win. Chris Leone also. Ryan Acosta. And now McShane bumped up to the high line. And all these guys looking to be very competitive heading into the race here. 3 wide in the middle pack. Someone goes 4 wide. That's trouble. Somehow, some way though, they are able to stay 3 wide. Acosta, a little bit of a huge gap in that 47. Eli Bright down below, though. It moves up to the 2nd spot. And Chris Leone, oh, he nearly got loose. Up high. Eli Bright, Eli Bright and Maxwell Smart 3 wide. Well, look at that. 88 was trying to squeeze the 38 out of the way there. And he wasn't, and he almost made contact. Smart, Figueroa, Johnny Gardner down low as well. And Johnny Gardner takes that lead. Reynolds down in the 2nd spot and Maxwell in the 3rd. There's Samad Oskan going down low, and he's going to go for 4th spot. 4th. 3 cars pulling away now. These 3 cars right now trying to pull each other from the draft. 6 laps to go in Daytona. There's still a possibility we could see the big one here. The big one. We have not seen a single caution out today. These guys are racing real close, so it's only a matter of time before somebody messes up. And we got ourselves a wreck. Came down to the wire in last season's race, but we'll see how this season's gonna work. Bishop's out of pit road, and he's He's slower than the other drivers in the pack, so the question is, will these drivers catch up to him? Will he be a factor in the leaders? Might be trouble for some of these drivers, fast drivers, going up against Billy Bishop. Garner's in front. Now the pack has separated now. They're getting loose. Oh man, now it's getting intense. These final 4 laps. It's make or break for these drivers. It's still Johnny Gardner in the lead. Katie Lynn Bexford goes for second. And Grayson Acevedo, he goes from last all the way to third. He started in last, by the way, in Stage 1, and Acevedo has already worked his way up to the top 3. Could he make the ultimate comeback and go from last to start in Stage 2 to the win? Well, he's close. Here he comes for second. He's going to take this Daytona 500. Just 3 laps to go. 3 more laps here in Daytona. Still have a bit of a comfortable lead for Johnny Gardner. He would love to add a Daytona 500 to his trophy case. He's already has 2 championships in the Pokemon Cup Series, and now looks to win a Daytona 500. He's won many of them across many leagues, and he would like to add another one from the PCS where he won 2 championships. They're fast approaching lap traffic. Looks like Garner's going to go for the high line. There he goes. He's up high. 2 laps to go. Let's see if Bishop's going to be a... Let's see how Bishop deals with the faster traffic behind him. It looks like it'll be Gardner or Cassidy Reynolds that's going to win this race. Unless if Bishop gets into a wreck and we go to overtime. It's a 2-car battle for the Daytona 500. It's either going to be Johnny Gardner or Cassidy Reynolds. I think Reynolds is trying to save it for last here on the final lap. Let's see if she can make the move on this last lap as we come to the white flag. Gonna look low. She's gonna go for that lead under the white flag with 1 to go in Daytona. So this is for the win. Eli Bright gonna try to get drafting out from Sebastian Kugelon. Gonna draft with Reynolds. Just 2 turns left, and here comes Bright. And Kugelon below. Might be a side-by-side battle to the finish. Down the final turn. Eli Bright in the lead. Kugelon gonna try to find a way to get through. Into the final turn. Here he comes. 14 though is gonna put the move, and Eli Bright's gonna win the Daytona 500. And it's Eli Bright with the win at Daytona. On a last lap pass, Eli Bright has won the Daytona 500. And we had a spin on the last lap. Nikki Maxwell spins on the final lap of the race. It looked like she made contact. Oh, right there. She made contact with Anthony then on the last lap. The only driver to wreck at all in this race. On the very last lap, Nikki Maxwell gets turned by the 37 car. But Eli Bright made the right move at the right time, and he takes the checkers at Daytona in a thrilling finish. Eli Bright, first winner of Season 39 and the first playoff driver as well. So Eli Bright adds a Daytona 500 to his trophy case. The 88 car gets the first win of Season 39. That really came down to the wire. So here's how they finished here in Daytona. And there you see the rest of the field on your screen. And like I said, you can pause the video to find where you finished in this race. But it was a great one from start to finish. Came down the final lap again, but Eli Bright, he made the right move at the right time to win here at Daytona. And a huge win for the Hendrick team in that 88 car. I believe 3 of their 4 drivers, if I'm not mistaken, they won at if I'm not mistaken, 3 of the 4 drivers, they won last season, so Eli Bright adds another win to his trophy case. Excuse me, I do apologize. I'm trying to update the winners list right here, so just give me 1 minute. So anyway, here it is. Eli Bright has won. And just give me 1 second because yeah, I'm trying to update this. Well, I can't update it now. You know what? I'm not going to update it now. I'm going to update later. I do apologize, but I'll update it later. Eli Bright, though, your winner here at Daytona. And his 8th career win in the Cup Series. I was going to update that. So he gets his 8th career Cup win, and it comes with a big race, Daytona, in Season 39. He won last season's race at the Charlotte Roval, I might add. So Eli Bright adds another illustrious win to his career. His 8th win for the car number 88, and the biggest one of them all here in Daytona. So we'll see you guys next weekend at Sonoma Raceway for Race 2 of Season 39. We're just getting started here in the Pokemon Cup Series. And until then, we will see you guys next time.